Hello guys and welcome to the FPL Duo. We are here for obviously the exciting double game week for 28 for this deadline stream. So yeah, it's obviously a big game week, another one where there's double fixtures happening, and we want as many double game week players as possible for this week. I do have obviously a few problems in my team, but before we get into that, make sure you guys obviously give a like on this video, subscribe, and leave a comment if you wish as well. Now, before we obviously get going, I just want to say Huss is unfortunately unable to make the stream. He might join us later on in obviously the comments chat, but due to commitments, he's unable to obviously show us his team and what his plans are for this deadline stream. But he will tweet that out on Twitter, so make sure you check out our Twitter for that if you want to see what his team looks like for Double Game at 28. So without further ado, let's go through my team, and let's start off with how I'm set up for this Double Game at 28. So in goal, I've gone with Areola. I've gone the back three of Ake, Branthwaite, and Gabriel. Midfield four of Foden, Gross, Palmer, and Saka. And the front three of Haaland, Tony, and Watkins. And as you can see on the bench, there was a bit of an issue on the bench. I have no playing players on the bench, which isn't so good. And the only player I have is the goalkeeper Leno, and I expect everyone to play. So he's really big. Unless I play him, then I don't think he's gonna come on. But yeah, Senesi is obviously ruled out for his injury, unfortunately, and so is Bell, which is a double blow for me because they have two fixtures and they're both injured for me. So as of now, I have no double game week players, which obviously that's going to change. Come the transfer plans, I will show you later. I will be bringing in some double game week players, as it will look a bit bare without any in the team. And then obviously Huang, he's ruled out for injury too. So yeah, there's a lot of injured players following after the FA Cup games, which is quite annoying. It does affect the plans a huge amount. I didn't anticipate the Senesi injury, which is a major blow, because I would have liked him to start and play. And there's nice two fixtures, but unfortunately, it's the way it has to go. But obviously, there is transfer plans involved. If you did see the team selection, I may be taking a -4. I might be not. You have to wait and see what I go with, obviously, through this deadline stream. But that is the current team at the moment. The captaincy at the moment is on Haaland. That's not going to be on Haaland this week. And the bias is on Saka, who's currently flagged. And for those who are questioning whether Saka's fine or not, I think he's going to be fine for that Brentford at home fixture. I think it was just down to, well, it was ruled as illness on FPL, but it was taken off at half time in that Sheffield United game. But I think all is well with Saka. He is a trooper. Whenever he is flagged, he ends up playing the next fixture. So yeah, I'm not too worried about that. I think the more concern I have is probably Gross, because not the Forest at home, and it didn't feel with much confidence that Zerbi benched him in the last game week that Brighton did have. So I'm hoping that was just a one-off for Zerbi to bench Gross, and hopefully plays against not the Forest at home. But in terms of other issues, there's not really anything else apart from what I've discussed in terms of flags. I mean, I've got 4 at the moment, and I would have been in a better position if I didn't have those, at least 2 of those flags that have double game week, but that is the way it goes. Before I get in, obviously, to my transfer plans, I'll bring you some of your comments up in the chat. So we've got one from Carl. Good morning, Carl, or good evening. Do you have the possibility to check my team? If you have, I am ranked 125 in your league. I don't really know what to do because I don't have a free hit anymore. Yeah, sure, Carl. I could check obviously that for you. I could check our league and I can see what your team looks like quickly. We have a lot of time, so I'm not in any rush. So I can do that for you. But yeah, not having a free hit at this current moment in time, yeah, I can see why that could be a headache, especially for the blank game week in 29, where a lot of the teams will obviously not have a starting fixture. I'm assuming as well you've used your wild card as well. Then in that case, it's gonna be a bit of a predicament. But yeah, here's your team. So yeah, you got double Arsenal, Saliba and Gabriel. You got Ake, and that's all blank players for 29. Neto, Foden, you got Bowen, he's a starting player, Saka, Gordon, Haaland, and Watkins. Now, yeah, majority of the players will blank in 29. And let me know, Carl, if you do have a wild card at any chance. Because I know you don't have the free hit, but let me know if you have the wild card and I can probably expand that issue that you have with your team. Hello, Genius Gamer. Haaland to Morris -4, no free hit 29. Yeah, I think taking a -4, I think Haaland taking out Haaland is a popular move for this week because he has a tough fixture against Liverpool. He blanks in 29, and then he plays Arsenal after the blank. So in between that, in theory, Haaland shouldn't really score that many points in the next 3 game weeks, and Morris should, with his double game week, outscore Haaland. So that's a good -4, especially if you captain Morris as well. That'll be interesting because I think majority will go for Solanke for this week. But yeah, Morris could be a good differential captain for that -4, and no free hit in 29. Yeah, I think a lot of people, if they have wild cards, they might be able to be tempted to wild card in 29 or get away with taking a hit like you are to obviously have a starting 11 for the blank game week of 29. But interesting plans, Genius. And in response to Carl, yes, you do. Yeah, sure. I can do that for you, Carl. So you do have a wild card, which is great. And I think obviously for that wild card, you're in a good position because a lot of us, like me, I use mine early, so I'm in the position to have to free hit in blank game 29. But in terms of your team, obviously you want to take out preferably all the Man City assets and take out all the. Do Arsenal blank in 20? Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do blank in 29. Yeah, I'll take out all the Man City, the Arsenal, potentially, and yeah. In terms of my ideas, I'll probably have Bowen. We already have Bowen in your team. I'd probably go for Tony as well. He has a starting fixture in 29. Muniz for Fulham. He's another great player in terms of forwards. And in terms of midfield, could go for. See, for 29, there's not many real players to go for that fixture because it is quite limited. I think we just speak about this in terms of the teams that have a fixture in 29. It's only, I believe, only 4. But I will come back to that, Carl, because I have to actually think about that, as it is it's a massive list of players I could name. Comment from Elliot says the sales to Sebeni, Bournemouth for free. Yeah, I'm not sure, if I'm honest, because I was going to take a -4 to bring Sabani in the Bournemouth defender, just in case Bournemouth keep a clean sheet. in either Sheffield or Luton or both. But now I'm not so sure. I'm sort of I'm uncertain if going for a Bournemouth defender is worth it. But if it's for free, then yeah, I think it's more worthwhile because I was going to take a hit to bring a Bournemouth defender in, but I think if you're doing it for free idea, I think it is worth it. Especially with the sales, he has a tough fixture against Chelsea, and I don't really see a clean sheet for that one. Good morning, Elika. Azuma. Will I have 2 free transfers in game week 30? So if I roll this week and play my free hit in game week 29, will you have 2 free transfers in game week 30? So you roll this week, that's 2 free transfers, and play the free hit in game week 29. I believe not. I think if you play the free hit in game week 29, you will only have 1 free transfer. Yeah, I think that's how it works. I think if you roll this week and then play your free hit in 29, you only have 1 free transfer instead for game week 30 because it using the free hit chip will burn a transfer, so it only carries on 1 free transfer after that. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, if that's not right, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works because I am planning to free hit in 29, and I believe I will have only 1 free transfer for game week 30. I got a comment from Roman. It says, who's your top 3 defenders options to target over the next few weeks, depending on these transfers I make depends if I free hit or not. Well, I was looking earlier on at that actual thing about the best defenders to go for over the next few weeks. One of them was Gusto for Chelsea. Might come as a surprise as Chelsea assets are not really, there's not that many to go for apart from Palmer as the main man. But I have liked the looks of Gusto, even in other competitions. He seems to be pretty good in that position, whereas Reece James would normally play, and he has nicked the odd attack and return here and there. So I think Gusto is one of my top 3 defenders to go for. The other 2 depend on transfers. Just want to take a look. In terms of defenders, I think Pedro Porro as well, but that could be. I could either go really good or really bad because Pedro Porro hasn't really got much from the past 5 game weeks. I think his last return, well, not return, but yeah, it was a return. He got an assist against Man United in 21. But in the long term run, there is a gap where he has a fixture in 29 as well. But then he has a nice run of fixtures until 32. Not Forest at home, but then the fixtures get really difficult for Spurs. I think short term, Pedro Porro is a good defender to go for. Another one I thought would say Van Dijk as well. I mean, after the blank in 29, his fixtures are really good. So I'd rate him as one of the top 3 defenders. So yeah, I think Pedro Porro, Van Dijk, and Gusto for me. Edeka says, I'm pretty sure your transfers reset after playing a chip. Yeah, I think they do, Edeka. Because I was experimenting with that on FPL.team, and yeah, it does say I use 1 free transfer when I use the free hit. So yeah, I believe that is correct. Comment from Dara, your team ID, what would you do? I will look at your team, Dara. I'm just going to go through a few of these comments and I'll get back to you on that one. Comment from Jenny Berry says, hi Jordan, would you play Kelleher or Leno this week? Good question. Because Leno has Wolves away. And obviously Liverpool have a very tough fixture against Man City. So I think that Liverpool game is going to be really tough, even though it's at Anfield against Man City. I still would go for the better fixture, which Leno does have against Wolves away, and see if he can maybe nick a clean sheet. If not, he could get some save points, but I'm not expecting a clean sheet from Kelleher. But I think more probability of a clean sheet coming from Leno's fixture. Genius Gamer says Trippier, Darwin, and Harden to Zabani, Solanke, and Morris for -8. No free hit in 29. These were actually the transfers, the players that I was going to potentially bring in. Zabani, Solanke, and Morris for the -8. I think it's a good -8 because Trippier, I don't think he's even ready to play in the fixture against Chelsea. Darwin as well. Tough fixture against Man City. Low score. Yeah, I don't see much coming from obviously returns. And Haaland has Liverpool in an upset fixture, which we're not really going to captain him, so we don't have to worry about Haaland either. So Sabani and Solanke all had doubles. For -8, I think that covers it and makes up for it. So I do like the moves, and obviously no free hit 29. You're saving that, which is quite interesting because there's a variation of no free hitters in 29, and some of us are. And yes, obviously Huss is in the chat, and he says good luck to you guys. And yeah, good to see you, Huss. Considering getting triple Liverpool for triple Luton for -4 at the minute. I mean, it'd be very interesting, Dara, who you actually pick for that triple up of Luton, because Doherty is one, Morris is the other, and if I had to guess, would your third one be Barkley by any chance in that triple Luton? Let me know in the comment if it is, because I don't think that's such a bad triple up on Luton, because they do play exciting football, especially at home. Even though they have away fixtures in the double, I still like the spirit that Luton do give in against teams. They don't give up and let the other team roll over them, and yeah, it'd be great, obviously for differentials for that triple if they are to get anything from that. And yeah, obviously this is Huss's plans for you guys. So you guys know he's taking a -8, Ake, Foden, Haaland all out, and he's bringing in Zabani, Barkley, Morrison. I really want this to work out for us because this is quite a massive move. All Man City assets out of his team and bringing in obviously Bournemouth and Luton players, and that is locked in. So good luck, Huss, on those moves. I'll be eagerly watching those players that you bring in. Jenny Berry says, "Hi, play Dalot or Porro for this week." I'd probably play Porro. I believe he's fine now. His flag has disappeared and he should be ready to play for that Aston Villa away fixture. I mean, it's a tough one, obviously, but I'm not set on Man United at all. Completely off of them. With the injuries they've sustained, especially from Hoyland and Luke Shaw, two of the players which I liked, I feel like they make Man United much better in their positions. So I'll take a punt on Porro. He does have, I think, more attacking threat than Dello will have. So yeah, I'll probably play Porro this week and see if he can get anything from that game. Probably likely more of an assist rather than a clean sheet though. Comment from Ick. It says Verge and Ake to Doughty and Sabani for free. Yeah, I like those moves. I think Doughty and Sabani are popular moves, especially with the Sabani one because Senesi being ruled out completely for that double, and Sabani is nailed. He's played pretty much every game for Bournemouth 90 minutes. He doesn't have attacking threat, but I don't think he has an assist in terms of that, but he's good for clean sheets, and there's two fixtures there that Bournemouth have that you could see a clean sheet in either one or possibly both, and it's for free, so all the more better. You're not taking a hit to bring these players in, so yeah, I like both the moves. Virgil and Ake play against each other, so it makes sense. Considering doing Huang to Bowen and bench Gordon for -4, Now, this is an interesting one. Bowen, I think, is underlooked, obviously because of this double game week. Bowen has Burnley at home, and I think that's a really good fixture for a single game week player. Let's not forget, guys, single game week players can outscore the doublers. We have seen that before. Watkins did it last game week. I believe Saka did it not last game week, but last double game week. Saka and Watkins did outscore double game week players. So I feel like Bowen is going to be one of those for this double game week. But in terms of your moves, I do like it. Benching Gordon for -4 and bringing in Bowen for Huang. Yeah, I quite like it. I kind of wish I could bring in Bowen myself for this game week, but unfortunately, I can't really do that. I believe that's someone else. Roman says, Jordan, based on the info we have, would you still risk triple captaincy on Solanke? Like I've activated it right now, but I have my doubts. Yeah, I was reading obviously the news on Solanke at Bournemouth, and yeah, it's not looking good. I believe he didn't train as much with the squad, which is a bit concerning. And from what the manager was describing, Solanke does feel discomfort. He may feel it, feels it worse, and then he doesn't feel it as bad as well. So it's a bit of a mixed bag for Solanke whether he can get through this double game week. I mean, the manager's reluctant to play him as long as he can play as many minutes as he possibly can. But yeah, this is going to go down to the wire, I think, whether I use have triple captaincy or not on Solanke. I mean, I'm really annoyed that the injuries are popping up now. I think the FA Cup competition's really messed it up for a lot of us. But yeah, I'm in my doubts as well, Roman, with that. And I don't know whether to play it or not. That's the thing, because I need to rethink who I'm going to use the triple captaincy on if I don't use it on Solanke for this game week. And Huss says, yeah, it's a risk, but I hope it pays off long term. Yeah, I hope it does as well. I mean, it'll pay off massively if it does work out. But yeah, it's exciting nonetheless. Munib says, I've took a -4 this week to bring in Kirkez, I think, and Tavernier as double game differentials. Thoughts? Kirkez. I'm sorry, I might have to search that one up because I have not seen Bournemouth play before. Kirkez is an interesting player because he hasn't. Well, his minutes are very variable. He did play 88 minutes last game week. But as a Bournemouth defender, as long as he plays both double game weeks, then yeah, he's a great differential. 1.1% owned, and he's very cheap at 4.4. I wouldn't be worried about his minutes though, but with Senesi out, he might actually be fine. Yeah, I think that's a good differential to go for Kirkes because I don't think not many people have gone with that one. A lot of people have chosen the other Bournemouth defender over him, who plays more or has played more minutes than him. But yeah, is an interesting one. I like that. I like differential picks, as you know, to go different. And Tavernier as well. He has shown a lot of attacking threat alongside obviously Solanke as well. So he's another good differential. But I'm hoping it works out for you. Comment from he says, I've got Gross, Garnacho, Palmer, Saka, and Foden. Should I bench Foden? It's going to be. No, I think you could bench Gross, if I'm honest. He's got Nottingham Forest. I know he has a better fixture, Nottingham Forest at home, but with Foden, the way he's playing this season, it's really hard to go against him, especially when you score 2 goals against Man United. Obviously, it's going to be more tougher playing at Anfield. Man City do struggle at that stadium as well, and possibly Foden could blank, but I wouldn't be willing to take the risk on benching Foden and he somehow gets something out of that Liverpool game. Maybe not not a win, but if he is to just score, getting something from that game, I do see goals because one way or the other, a draw is not really good for either side. So they're both gunning for the win, and obviously to get that win, there's going to be goals involved. So I would be tempted to bench Gross, even though he has a better fixture. Slightly off Gross, especially with Zerbi benching him last game week, like I mentioned. But I'll be tempted to play Foden and bench Gross. Jenny Bay says, thank you. You're welcome, Jenny. Bushan says, have Gross and Huang. Is it worth selling them to get Son, or do you use the transfer for Sabani? I like Son this week, even though he has a tough fixture against Aston Villa away. I think as a single game player, again, he could be one that outscores some of them from his. Because I think that'll be a lively fixture, end to end, for both sides. See a lot of goals involved too. But yeah, I think it is worth it for Gross, especially. I'm not too hot on Brighton assets, and I don't like Zerbi's rotation. I think it's now Zerbi is probably the worst manager in terms of roulette for players, because there's me saying Gross was the most nailed player, and then ends up getting benched in the last game week. So whether that's a one-off or not, I'm not willing to take a risk on it. So I'll be taking Gross out and potentially getting Son in. And yeah, guys, like the stream. Obviously, subscribe to the channel and show us obviously that love that Huss has mentioned in the chat. That would be much appreciated. And Bushine said it'll be a -8 for me. Okay, so if you do take out either, well, if you have Gross and Huang, you'll be taking it for -8. In that case, then I'm not so sure. I don't think I'll be taking it for -8. I think that's a bit too much, especially with Son having a single game fixture, which isn't easy. I do expect something from him in that game, but I don't think it'll be enough to cover for that -8. So I think I'll just leave it. Even though I'd want Son as well, I think I'll just leave it for now, Bushan, and save that -8 and take the -4. Comment from SJ says, hi, hope you're doing well, SJ. Good to see you in the chat. Luke says, it's harder than the KDB to Barkley and Solanke worth a -8 for the next 3 weeks. I mean, definitely Solanke. In terms of Barkley, I'm not so sure if I want him for the next 3 weeks. I think I would only have him for the double game week rather than keep him for the remainder of the next 2. So no, I don't think it's worth a -8 for next week. I'll just take out. Yeah, I'll probably just bring in Solanke and obviously Barkley as well if you want him for the double. But after that, I'll probably get rid of Barkley and not playing for the other fixtures he has after that double game week. Jenny says, hi, is Addison fit for Liverpool? Good question. Let's have a look, obviously, at Liverpool news. See if he is fit or not. I mean, it's good for Liverpool if he is, because that's a big game that he has against Man City. So, yeah, it will be interesting. Well, the last report, obviously, from his hamstring injury for Alisson, so it's a very serious one in terms of that. But obviously, he won't recover until after the March international break. So, I don't think he'll play today. Yeah, I don't think Alisson will be fit enough to play against, obviously, Man City today. But yeah, keep a watch out for that if I am incorrect with that. But yeah, I think Keller will start, and he's not such a bad goalkeeper either to start, especially with the performance he put up against Chelsea. Though I think he's just as good as Alisson for Liverpool. SJ says you're not bringing in Solanke. Yeah, I'm planning to bring Solanke. It's just whether I triple captain him, SJ. That's the question. Because it could be possible that Solanke, I don't know, picks up something in one of the double gaming matches and doesn't play the full 90 minutes. It all depends on how Solanke feels during these two fixtures. He's played a lot of football. Let's not forget he's played every game up to this moment in time for Bournemouth, and when players are excessively playing that long, and yeah, there is that risk of injury occurring, and I don't think Solanke, personally for me, is up to playing that full 90 minutes in both those double game weeks. But I'm going to bring him in nonetheless and captain him because everyone else is going to, so it'd be very hard to go against Solanke this week. But it's whether I use the triple captain or not on him. Krogsberg, I see. I have 5 players for next game week, and with 1 free transfer, I'll have 6. Is this enough, or must play free hit? Must play free transfer. Sorry. No, I don't think 6 is enough for next game week, because I imagine a lot of people will free hit. A lot of people will get passed with hits to fund the starting 11. So I think you are a bit short on 6 players, and I think even with that free transfer, you'll have 7. So you might have to take some hits, Krogsberg, and maybe get out with a starting 8 at most. I mean, that's for -8 to get a hit out of 11. I would be tempted at using a chip. If you do have a wild card, you're in a good position. But let me know, Krogsberg, if you do or not have a chip in terms of that, because you could use a chip due to not having that many starting players in 29. January says, hi, do you think Saka will start? Yeah, I think he'll start against Brentford. I don't see why not. He did come off at 45 minutes last game week, but I think it's pretty fine. He's flagged as illness, but yeah, I think Arteta should play him. I don't really think he has a choice because not really anyone in terms of Arsenal could play in Saka's position either. So I'll be very surprised if he doesn't start. Roman Jarvis says, I'm thinking about taking a -4 this week. With me doing either Estupinian or Walker out to Porro and Foden to either Madison or Bowen, and I would wildcard in 31. Yeah, taking that Estupinian or Walker. I mean, I'll probably take out Estupinian. He's more of a priority because he's not a nailed defender. To Porro. Yeah, I mean, Porro is a good move. I think, yeah, because he plays that fixture in 29 as well. It's a good player to bring in. And Foden to even Madison or Bowen. Yeah, I like Bowen, especially for this week as Burnley at home. Madison, I think, again, is underlooked, especially with Son back in the team. It looks much better with Madison as well alongside him. So either one of those could be a good match. I think Bowen's more of a goal scorer. Madison's more of obviously the set piece and ball. Sorry. Yeah, Madison's more of the assist and playmaker, and then Bowen's more of the goal scorer for West Ham. So either one, I think, is good, if not both. And you would wildcard in 31. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I've not seen many people wildcarding in 31. It just shows, obviously, we've got different teams and different strategies, but yeah, I like those, Roman. Elika says, I'm wildcarding to maximize having double game players in 28 and to avoid blanks. Yeah, I think, this week, that could be great for wildcard and to avoid the blanks as well. Very interesting, Elika. And it's a very exciting move, I think, especially when we use our chips. And Javier says, "Hi, John. Hope you're well. Yeah, I'm very good, thanks. I've slightly a sore throat, but I am managing that very well with medicine and hoping to get through this stream without losing my voice." And 29. Oh, right. I did think about that, saying 28 and thought, yeah, I can't. It must be 29. You mean? But yeah, thank you. And yes, Husk, as a Liverpool fan, he does consider Anderson is out. He won't be back until international break. Yeah, so that was yeah, that was expected, I think, because Allison does have a serious hamstring injury, and yeah, he will be back at any time soon. Munif says, "Who do I start, Neto or Palmer?" I think you should start Palmer against Newcastle. Newcastle's away form is in tatters, so yeah, I think I would play Palmer. I think you're in a good position because a lot of people took out Palmer when he had his blank. So I think we're fortunate to keep a hold of him and definitely would play him over Neto. Elika says, currently have 3.5 million left in the bank. Should I maximize on my wild card or save it for future game weeks to bring back big players in? Again, I think that's obviously team dependent on when you use your wild card at the right time. Because really, there's not really a right or wrong time to use it. It just depends on your team when you think it is the best time, obviously, to equalize to get the most points out of your team from the wild card. But I can see what you mean, saving it for the future game weeks to bring back big players. That could be a decent way to go. Because Salah, I think a lot of people want him back for game week 30 when he has Nottingham Forest at home. A lot of us won't be able to do that if there is not enough money to spread there, or taking possibly hits to get there. But either way, you could get it on the wild card and save you obviously from having the hassle bringing in these big players, premiums that we would all want in our teams. But yeah, I think you could save it. Firstly, for me, if you can get along with the way the games are working at the moment, then yeah, you could afford to save it to bring these big players back in. Ashim says Dubravka to Neto for a -8. No, I don't think I'd do it for a goalkeeper, a -8. I think if you have another goalkeeper that starts alongside Dubravka, I'll probably play him, depending on who it is. I don't think I'll take a -8 on a goalkeeper, even though he has a. Who does Neto have, actually? I'm pretty sure he has a. Yeah, Rob. Bear with me one moment, guys. Yeah, obviously that was the Bournemouth goalkeeper. No, I don't think I'll bring in him this double game week. I think I'd rather bring in a defender for Bournemouth like a Zabani or someone like that instead. But even for -8, I think that's too much for defence to rely on a clean sheet to make up for it. Will Hope says bench one of KDB, Foden, Palmer, or Garnacho. I'll probably bench Garnacho, if I'm honest. Yeah, I'll probably bench him. Good. Just Man United just doesn't look as good without Hoyne in the team. And yeah, I think KDB, Foden, and Palmer, you can, even though they have tough fixtures, especially KDB and Foden, I think that's just worth playing them. There's a lot of money in them invested, so you don't really want to bench KDB. Foden's on a quite good form. Palmer could be great at Newcastle, especially with their way form. And I think Garnacho, yeah, definitely he's the one to bench. Tahir says not FPL related, but did you watch AJ versus Nagano? No, I actually didn't. Not maybe. I don't really watch boxing, but I just I keep a lookout to see who actually has one or not. But no, but I thought hopefully it was a good watch for you to hear. Kawanda says, "Good day, lads. I will triple Kanti Solanke." Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the news quite on Solanke. I mean, I don't think he's fully fit, but he's going to start nonetheless, and that's what worries me. If he does start and ends up coming off, then that does ruin our triple captaincy on him. Hoping he's not and he stays fit for the double game week. But I'm in the position where do I play triple captain or not, Solanke? Is he fit enough to play both those fixtures and play 90 minutes? That is the question. The daily says, would you do Haaland to Morris for -4 this game week? I'm not playing a free hit in 29. Yeah, I'll probably do Haaland to Morris. I think again this is a popular move that a few who've done, and for -4 in particular. I think Morris easily outscores Haaland in his single game against Liverpool, and Morris has nice double game week fixtures, and you're not playing your free in 29. So yeah, interesting, very interesting move. But I do like the -4 to take Haaland there. It does relieve a lot of money as well in your team. And let's come back to Carl. Okay, so you have made a wild card to bring in Fleck and Neto, Brantford, Kirkes, Regulon, Udogi, Madison, Son, Slanky, Muniz. So that means I'm keeping Gabriel Bowden, Saka, and Watkins. Yeah, I think this is a great wild card. I think this is similar to what I was thinking of. Actually, yeah, that's kind of similar to what I was thinking of going for in terms of wild card. Very good moves there, team. Nice setup, Cole. Roman Jarvis says, here's a question. Do you think taking a separate hit for a doubler to do, for example, Walker to Sabani would be worth it? Yeah, see, this is what I was thinking, whether I do it or not, because I was thinking of taking a hit to bring in Sabani for Ake. And I don't know if it's going to be worth it or not, because Sabani, obviously, he doesn't have attacking threats, defender, and you have to rely on him keeping a clean sheet against Sheffield and Luton, even though they're both home fixtures, and that is probable. But at the same time, we expect Morris to score as well. So is it worth it for if in case he keeps a clean sheet against Sheffield United and blanks against Luton? I don't know. I think yes, it is worth it if he keeps the clean sheet against Sheffield and maybe he gets one out of Luton, but I doubt it. But I don't know. I'm not too hot on bringing in a double game defender now. After that Senesi injury, that's just slightly put me off bringing in one. I'd rather just bring in attackers instead. I think on that one. Hamza says, who to buy first, Son or Bowen? I'll probably buy Bowen first because he has a better fixture this week against Burnley at home and Son has Aston Villa away. I do expect Bowen to outscore Son this week, so I'll probably buy him first. Robert Cripps says, bench Palmer or Gordon. Again, I'll probably bench Gordon and play Palmer. I think Palmer will have a much better game with, Chelsea aren't really that that great on form, but I think Chelsea's form is better with Newcastle playing away, especially. Is there any news on Salah starting from Elica? Yeah, I think Salah will start because he did. Obviously, he came on in the Europa League game, so he is definitely back fit, and he should be ready to play against Man City. So I do expect him to start. Whether there's any news of him starting, I haven't looked, but I could probably say he will start for that big game against Man City. Mr. Blank says, sell Walker or Estepinian and buy Doughty or Regulon. I'll sell Estepinian and buy Doughty. Regulon has Arsenal away, but he does have a fixture in 29. So long term, Regulon could be better than Doughty. But at the same time, Doughty has a fixture as well. But I'll probably go with Doughty. His crosses could get him an assist or two if Luton equalise on any of them. So yeah, I'll probably sell Estupiñán and buy Doughty. Another question from Carl says about the wildcard. Would you keep Brantford in the wildcard or Saliba? I'll probably keep Saliba for the long term. I think Brantford's a nice bench option if you do pick up an injury though. But yeah, I'll probably keep Saliba in the wildcard because Arsenal look more likely to keep clean sheets and maybe show some attacking threat as well from either Gabriel or Saliba. And finally, with the last comment, before I go into my transfer plans, thoughts on the free hit 29 and wildcard 30. Interesting one to hear that one. Because a lot of people will wildcard in 29 instead of free hitting, especially if you've got the free hit. I'd probably keep I probably did reverse and play the wildcard in 29 and then use the free hit later down the line because you would be in the luxury position, obviously, for that. Actually, not. Yeah, I think in terms of your moves, yeah, a free hit 29 could be great in the wildcard in 30. Yeah, because you can set your team up after the blank and bring in these nice big players like Son, Salah, if you desire, which a lot of people won't because some of us have used the wild card or plan to use it later down the line. But you could jump on the boat early and use it in 30 as well. So yeah, I think that's good chip strategy for your team. HSN says Garnacho or given. Oh, sorry. Garnacho Foden. Yeah, I'll probably go with Foden. I think, yeah, Foden. Roman says Bournemouth question for any. Oh, all right, yeah, that's from the chat. So, I'm not sure what that's in relation to. That gives white, but yeah. Anyways, we don't have much time left. It's literally 10 or so minutes. So I am gonna switch to my transfer page. I'm still not sure, obviously, what I'm gonna do, in terms of the moves, but let's give it a go and see. And yeah, let's just see what we can come up with quickly. I should have done this much earlier on, actually, because I don't really like to rush. So yeah, it's a team at the moment. Obviously, the flags are bearing obviously problems, but I am going to take out. Definitely, I'm going to take out Tony. That's definitely happening. So yeah, we're taking out Tony and bringing in Solanke. Yeah, and I do have 2 free transfers, so I've got one more free to use. And that was taking out, obviously, taking out Senesi, bringing Doughty. So that's the 2 free transfers used to bring in Solanke and Doughty. Now the other one is for -4, which I'm not. No, I don't think I'm going to take the -4, guys. I'll just go rocket with that, and I have 2 double game players by doing these 2 free transfers. But taking the -4 to bring in Sabani, for example, I don't know if I'll do that. Well, actually, no, I will have to do that because I don't want to play Ake against Liverpool. No, I don't have to do that because I've got Doughty, Gabriel, and Brantford. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to lock that in because that's what I'm dead certain on. So, obviously, here you go, guys. Senesi and Tony out for Doughty and Solanke for 2 or 3 transfers. And I'll just confirm that for you and then switch over to the other team. And then we can see what it looks like with the transfers brought in. So let's play Doughty over Ake. Make Solanke the captain. And let's just vice Doughty. Oh, actually, is. Actually, I'll go vice Palmer, just in case if anything shocking happens. But yeah, that's saved. And yeah, that's currently what the team looks like. So I've got 2 double gameweek players. This doesn't seem as much, especially for this week, but that's what I'm going to roll with, I think. I will play Brentford against Man United away. I do fancy my chances at that. And even as a Man United fan, I'm not filled with confidence with that fixture. But it could be one Brentford gets something out of that. But I don't think I'm going to take a hit to bring in like a player like Sabani for defence. I just think it's not really worth it. That's not against me taking the hits or anything. I just think it's not worth it for my team. And in terms of triple captaincy, do I use it or not? That's the question. I don't know. I don't know if honestly I'll use it. I'm in a difficult position. You know what, guys? I'm going to use the triple captain. I'm just going to risk it and see. I'm going to risk it. There you go, guys. The triple captain is active on Solanke. Now, I'm going to hope and pray this doesn't backfire on me. For this double game. Hopefully, he does play in both and doesn't get it. I'll be watching that game very closely. I'll be nervous throughout those games. But yeah, yeah. Hopefully, it works out. If not, I'll be very, very annoyed. We're back to the comments quickly. Kareem says, "Tell me 3 to start with Tony, 8 Nori, Muniz, Iwobi, and Gusto." I'll probably play Muniz. I'll start Muniz, start Gusto, and start Tony. Even though Tony has Arsenal, he can score against big teams. Done it against Liverpool. So yeah, I'll probably start Tony, Muniz, and Gusto. Caceres says hello. Hello, Caceres. Cameron says I should bench 2. Okay, then yeah, I'll bench 8 Nuri and Iwobi in that case. Robert says -4 to bring in Doughty for Burn or Ake. Yeah, I think it's worth it to bring a -4 for Doughty. Let's say for Newcastle or Liverpool, they both have tough fixtures, and yeah, I'll probably bring in Doughty for that -4. Caceres says needs to bench 1 or Bailey, Garnacho, Palmer. What do you think? Again, I'll probably bench Garnacho. I've said this a few times now. Garnacho just not hot on Man United at the moment, so I'll play Palmer and Bailey. And Tahir says Bell to Kirkez. Yes, obviously Bell's ruled out of his double, and Kirkez could be a great differential for Wolves defender this week. And Tahir says, I think you guys should do live reactions to games. Yeah, we have done some in the past, live reactions to games, and yeah, it could be something we do later down the line in terms of videos. So yeah, it's a good one too. Obviously, we'll take that in consideration. Tahir, thank you. And Carl says, thank you very much for your help. No worries, Carl. Happy to help as best I can. Thank you, obviously, for watching the stream. It's always appreciated. And obviously, Quanda says, I'm sure we are a lot on triple captaincy. Solanke's ownership is in early 30. Yeah, I mean, I thought Solanke's ownership would be much higher than 32%. That's quite a small margin, actually. Come to think of it, leading up to this double game week. I think there's a bit of uncertainty with Solanke, though. His flag beforehand might put people off, and he had some transfers out. His fitness is not 100%, but it's a risk winner to take. Even if you don't use a chip on him, just having Solanke is, I think, definitely essential for this double. And Foden to Bone for mine. Oh, sorry. Roman Jarvis says Foden to Bone for -4. Yeah, I think so. That's great. -4 for a single game week player. Do you think Bone will score big against Burnley at home? Taylor says I'm not a morning person at all, but I still love making up for the streams. Yeah, that's much appreciated. Even if you don't like waking up in the morning, it's very nice that you come to watch our streams and that you love watching them. Oh yeah, guys, that is the team locked in. I think for me, I'm just gonna quickly go over to the draft, the community draft. Sorry that I left it so late because there was a lot to get through during this stream. But hopefully, I can hop in and see what the team looks like for the draft and see if we can do any changes or plans. So you guys, we've got 2 minutes. So let me just quickly fill up the draft to see how it did this week. So you guys did get 50 points for that -4. So not so bad. Overall rank of 3.5 million. And top person in that team was Ben White as a differential. So let's look at the team going forward into Double Game Week 28. So we have Doughty as Double Game Week player. Seems to be the only one. And yeah, we definitely have to change that around. So let's just change the team around here. And yeah, I would say comment who you want in the team, but I'm just going to do it quickly because of obviously the time that's left is very minimal. So in terms of players I'll bring in, we want doubles. Let's bring in a Barkley. I think let's bring in Barkley for Wang. He could be a nice differential for the team. And I think, yeah, I believe Barkley's over. Yeah, he's 3% owned. So, yeah, let's make the transfer. Hang out for Barkley and for the community draft. And, yeah, let's just play him. A bench Bailey. And then let's captain. We'll put captain on Bowen. That seems fine. And then play Johnston in the goal. And hopefully that's all saved. Yeah, that's all saved. So yeah, that's the community draft, guys. For those who don't know, we obviously do a community draft where we pick players underneath 10% and see how well obviously the team does every game week. I think next season obviously it will be much more improved. Obviously get your votes on Twitter and whatnot on who you want to bring in for this community draft. So stay tuned in for that as well. This is just a first time thing that we're doing in terms of a different idea to do for our videos. So yeah, definitely keep a lookout for that in the upcoming future. But I believe that his deadline is up. So hopefully you made all your moves in time and that you're happy with your team. This is the current team that I have locked in with going forward for me. Areola, back three of Doughty, Brantford, and Gabriel. Midfield four, Foden, Gross, Palmer, and Saka. And up front, the three forwards, Haaland, Solanke, Watkins. And I have used my triple captain for this week. on Solanke. So we have to see. We'll see how that goes. This will probably be me being very happy or very sad, depending on if Solanke can make it through this double game week. And then on the bench, you just got Leno and Ake, with Bell and Huang both ruled out for the foreseeable future. But before I wrap up the stream, I'll just take a few of your comments. Obviously, hopefully you made your plans before the deadline was finished. And Tia says, get to have an ear. Yeah, I could have. Honestly, I do apologize, guys, if I didn't have enough time to get through that community draft. It was just a lot to get through with the main part of the stream. And Carl Henderson says, last question, Barkley or Madison. I probably would have said Barkley in terms of this week over Madison, but I'd probably play both if I could fit him in to the team. But hopefully, whatever you've gone with, good luck with that. And yeah, having a flying, that would have been ideal. Tia says, good luck, man. Yeah, thank you to hear. And good luck to everyone else as well for this week. It should be an exciting double game week, despite the odd injuries or two that have slightly put this game week off a bit. But yeah, I'm hoping you can all get a nice rank. Roman Java says, triple captain Solanke decided to risk a feature. Too good to turn down. Transfers for a -4 made of Walker and Foden to Porro and Bone. Good luck all. Okay, yeah, there's a few actually triple captain Solanke I didn't realise. But yeah, hopefully for us triple captainers, that does work out for us really well. And yeah, I do like the rest of the moves you made for that -4. Walker and Foden to Porro and Bone. Bone is a great player in terms of single game week to have this week, and it's one I probably feel the most. And Annika says, hoping Solanke triple kind of flop, but other than that, good luck everyone. Yes. Fingers crossed, Solanke. Last comment from Pranav says, good luck, you. And -4 for double game week forward is logically a free transfer, support Morris, Solanke. Yep, great moves for this game week. It's a popular move. I'm without Morris, so again, that could bite me in the back if he does get anything from that game. But I think we'll wrap it here, guys. It's been over an hour. I want to thank you, everyone, for obviously joining in the stream. It's been much appreciated for your comments and support always. And yeah, we have to see obviously how we do. We've got our knee-jerk reaction tomorrow on Sunday, just after the Man City and Liverpool game. So it should be an exciting one to recall how the week has gone. But yeah, until then, obviously enjoy the football. It should be a very lively week in terms of football. But yeah, take care, guys. See you Sunday for the knee jerk, and have a lovely weekend.